What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about some... Sorry about that, there's my alarm. Today we're going to be talking about some things that recently happened on TikTok. Some political news that's not getting covered a lot. There's a new trend out there. It's the Who's Gonna Do It movement. TikTok influencers talking about who's going to do it. And you know what they're insinuating? They're insinuating pew-pewing the president and Elon Musk. Apparently, some TikTok influencers now means hitman recruiter, from what I'm gathering. News reports from February 2025 highlight users like Sarika Roberts openly for calling for Elon Musk's assassination, even during the FBI, daring the FBI to come and arrest her. It's a bold move, but maybe she could stick to dance challenges next time, because I don't think that's a good move. Post on X revealed TikTok promising to put money on your books for anyone who takes out Trump or Musk, creating fundraising ideas. So we're going to watch Jesse on Fire's video where he's reporting on this, and I appreciate Jesse. I watch your show. If you see this, I'm just trying to spread awareness, even if it helps one person, because this is ridiculous. Elon Musk himself responded to a viral TikTok thread on February 17th, 2025, with "Everybody dies, but not everybody lives." It's poetic, but maybe he's hoping. I bet the Tesla bot can dodge bullets better than, he could dodge a TikTok drama, because this is ridiculous. These are Gen Z kids that are spoiled rotten. And some of them are old enough to know better. And you know what? There's some smart Gen Z kids out there. I've met them. It's just a lot of them have been sucked into this system of lies and fear mongering. And it's not like that in the real world. And this is what I can suggest to anybody that wants to shout to the top of their lungs how, oh, injustice, injustice. Go out and live in the real world. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this video. We're going to watch it, and then after that we're going to get some thoughts on it. But, share this video, like, comment, subscribe, do the thing.
Eight to 9 minutes talking about who these guys are who have dethroned Joe Rogan. And at that point, I started watching their content. And I cannot stress this enough. If you start feeling yourself getting bored with me going through the details of where did these guys come from, how are they the number one podcast in the world, you do not want to skip and just go to another video before you watch me actually react to their stuff. So if you start getting bored, at least go to minute, 9-ish, right around minute 9 or 9:15 or whatever, and watch some of this stuff. And then, then you can leave.
That was another video. Jesse on Fire talking about Midas Touch. And that's another thing we're going to bring awareness to in this channel.
Elon Musk.
Let's pause this. So, yeah. There's a channel called Midas Touch, and there's hundreds of videos that are on there uploaded a couple hours ago, and they got hundreds of thousands of views, and to gain traction that fast, that's almost unimaginable to fathom. I mean, a little channel like me, I maybe reach one or two people, maybe one new person. The algorithm doesn't, but if I can reach one person and let them see some of these things, or even if Musk or Trump sees it, because something has to be done about these crazies. These people have an illness, and they need to get it fixed, because this isn't how real people act. They're city folk, spoiled rotten, and I just don't understand it. But here's the TikTok one, then we'll get into the Jesse one. We'll touch on it, and if you subscribe, I can do a deep dive on these channels, because they're using the same thumbnail images as some of these other right-wing directors, and they're supposed to dethrone Joe Rogan. And now Midas Touch is filled with lies, by the way. I've looked at it. It is absolutely nuts. But this is the TikTok videos where they're threatening Trump and Elon, and I think everybody needs to see it.
Like, we need to X him.
We all know it needs to be done, right? If I do it, are y'all gonna convict me?
I'll write you some letters of the naughty sort.
How many times do I have to tell these influencers? If you're gonna do crime, don't brag about it on the internet. We're gonna break.
That's how entitled these people are. They get on a platform and they talk about assassinating the president and Elon. The people that are trying to save them money. They have their turn in 4 years. Like this guy says, that's not democracy. You don't want to take out the guy. J.D. Vance would just become the president and things would get worse. It would cause us probably a civil... I don't want to get the algorithm, but it would cause the CW word. And more than 70% of the country voted for this, so stand down. Live life. Because what are you going to do when you come up against a beast like me? Especially some of you scrawny, It's crazy.
Break down the latest unhinged TikTok discourse and so much more on today's episode of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast, my daily show where I take on the craziest ideas from across our politics, our media, and the internet, all from an independent perspective. Up first, like I mentioned, we gotta head over to the Clock app because I've been following this pretty disturbing trend for several weeks now of influencers and TikTok users just openly posting about their desire to see physical harm come to political leaders like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and some of them have officially crossed a line in my book and may now even face legal consequences because they ran their mouth on the internet about doing crime. Here's this first woman who posted this very unhinged video about Elon Musk and is now going viral and having her life blown up because of it.
Elon Musk. Like, we need to X him. And by X, I mean formerly known as Assassination. You don't have enough people to even investigate me at this point. I haven't filed my taxes in 8 years. And yet, no one's covered me. So, I'm gonna fucking say it. Let's assassinate some motherfuckers.
Hey, so this is actually unhinged, and you need to seek help. It's not normal to wish death or assassination on people because you disagree with them, and it may even be a crime. Like, you are almost certainly going to get a knock on your door from the Secret Service. And guys, listen, I hate taxes. I pay my taxes. I think people should pay their taxes because it's not worth the legal trouble, but I can understand why somebody would want to not pay taxes. But if you're going to do tax fraud, a legit crime that you can go to jail for many years for, it is probably best to not brag about it on the internet. Are y'all that dumb? Are you just that used to no accountability or consequences for your actions whatsoever?
Yeah, they're that dumb and entitled.
And confess to committing crimes for 8 years and think, what could happen? What's the worst that could happen? You could go to jail, love, and you probably will now. This is the funny part of this story, that after this was shared all over X, U.S. Attorney Ed Martin shared it and said, "Duly noted, thanks for letting us know. We'll put you in the system. Talk soon, ma'am. Hashtag no one is above the law." So this is not looking good for our friend here. She messed around, and I think she's
hands
about
behind
to
your
find
back.
out, which honestly I'm okay with, because there is a line, and calling for people to be killed is on the other side of that line, as far as I'm concerned, especially on an app like TikTok that literally censors me if I say that non-binary isn't a real identity or something offensive like that. But these types of people can pop off like this. And look, there are so many videos like this. There's been a whole disturbing trend on TikTok that I'm going to show you where people keep saying, is someone going to do it? Just do it. You all know what we mean. Do it. Will someone do it? And they're all basically talking about assassinating Trump and just not saying those keywords out loud, like this woman was dumb enough to. I'm going to show you some of those videos after a quick message from today's sponsor. Eating healthy is a challenge for me, but I'm determined. I'm not making this up. I'm not like being hyperbolic to spin it up into more of a story. Take a look for yourself. Listen to this. This is just a few of the videos I found.
This is for the person out there who's planning on doing it. You know, the thing that we all wake up every day hoping we'll see in the news. And we're like, man, no one's done it yet. Keep going. Your plan, it's going to work.
These people are sick.
If not, it'll inspire the next person. And we are all rooting for you. You have our support. You have our admiration.
You are gross, ma'am. I don't want your letter. No, thank you.
I will definitely put money on your books. And if you're into this sort of thing, I'll write you some letters of the naughty sort. Should you find yourself behind bars for it. But we're all rooting for you and hoping that you do it quickly and get away with it. Power to the people.
Look at me right here. We all know it needs to be done, right?
Then leave, dude.
If I
come do it,
are you gonna convict me?
Come do it to me.
Because somebody gotta do it.
So can someone just do it? Can someone just do it? Just do it.
Every day that I wake up, I just hope someone takes one for the team. Just go out in a blaze of glory. We will
go out and arrest her.
Book. We will write you letters every day. We'll put your face on prayer candles, build statues of you.
It's giving demonic and unhinged.
Sorry, the microphone was off. I would edit it out, but this story needs to get out there. Okay, so this one is the Jesse on Fire story. This is the one where they claim that Joe Rogan was dethroned, and this Midas Touch is the #1. I went there, and all of the videos in the front of there's hundreds of them. 2 hours uploaded ago, like all uploaded around the same time. And all of them, have hundreds of thousands of views. And like Jesse says, some of the comments are real weird and fishy on it. But, 4 million people, and they all have that illness. It's very... I hope Trump and Elon are taking this serious, and prayers go out to them. So, everybody, do they realize what that would cause? Do they think the people that voted for this are just going to stand down? Like the 70% majority? Like, you can't wait your 4 years? But I think, and this is just my theory, I think that the Democratic Party is funding this and pushing this, and they realize that podcasting is the wave of the future, and they needed to take that top spot, and they're trying to cause as much chaos as possible. It's evil, it's demonic. But here, I'll shut up. Let's watch this video.
If you're not shocked and entertained at the same time. I don't even know what this video is about. I guarantee you, she gives you some stupid leftist talking point within fucking 3 sentences.
Decided to negotiate in Saudi Arabia without Ukraine and the European allies. They distribute photos of this event. And the reason why they do this is not just because Trump wants to give everything to Putin and not have any other
I told you, dude. I fucking told you. I told you. Okay, so I don't know if
everybody go and check out this channel. It's a good channel. It's just, it inspired me to speak up.
The #1 podcast in the world because the Midas Touch podcast is. And this is a channel or brand I had literally never heard of until this week when it was suddenly the #1 show on earth. And so I went to their channel to check it out, right? It's like, all right, so, and they have 4 million subscribers, like 4 million. Like, how would I have never heard? This is very bizarre to me because guess what? My community, like just, or people that I listen to, react to what.
And notice he'll mention something about his thumbnails almost being copied by this Midas Touch guy because they look similar. They all have big, bold yellow letters. And, you know, for shits and giggles, I put yellow letters on this thumbnail. Not quite the same font as theirs, but just to kind of like, you know, a little poke at it. But they are almost identically similar. Some of Jesse's don't have the arrow. But there's this other podcaster, and he has millions of subscribers, and he's a right-winger, and he has a foreign accent. Jesus, Enriqueo, I forgot his name. I'll dive into that more, or I'll post it down as an update down on the description. But people need to look into that. All his thumbnails that get hundreds of thousands of views have been up for months, but they got hundreds of thousands, but they got that thumbnail. So somebody copy and pasted that format for the Democratic side. And back to the video, sorry.
Left-wing people who hate Trump, by the way, that's what this is they despise, they hate Trump, okay? Every single video, okay?
Mr. President,
that's all they are. This is all this brand is. Supposedly the #1 podcast and channel in the world, and they are, without any close competition, the #1 views news channel on YouTube all of a sudden. And we can talk more about that. As I, you know, like, listen, like, I do know that there are only certain channels that are allowed to grow doing news on YouTube. Okay. It's a long story. I don't even get into it, but remember I talked to you guys about my numbers in terms of like when I cover certain topics, all of a sudden my stuff gets shown to 0 new people. That's why, is because I'm not an approved news channel. I'm trying to work on that now. But bottom line is, like, you know, there's controls at YouTube of like who can grow on this kind of stuff. And I just want to bring that up when I point this out, you know, because this story is just so bananas to me, because look at the numbers that this channel is doing. Okay. And I will read you guys some of their headlines, and then I'll read you the story about, and then I'll show you their content so you can see what is dethroning Rogan as the #1 positive. We talk about conspiracy theories that I definitely buy into in terms of somehow these guys are being radically.
There are so many lies on those videos. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to draw attention to this guy's channel or nothing because there's a lot of lies. And my cat's rubbing on me.
Propped up. Like, radically propped up. Right? Do you really think the entire anti-Trump movement was just going to, like, disappear? You know, like, obviously they still exist. All that happened is they lost an election, you know? So,
and I know my quality sucks. It'll get better, but right now this needs to get out. So, any haters, you can comment down below too.
Actually, and have been watching their, you know, power dwindle. But listen, okay, I'm going to read you some titles, and then I'm going to hit you with one of the most shocking details related to this that will blow your absolute mind. Okay, ready? This is the last, like, handful of titles from these guys. Fox News loses it as public turns against Trump. By the way, that video has 155,000 public views in the last hour, which means it has way more than that. 1 hour. World leaders destroy Trump from Kyiv after betrayal. 168,000 views in 2 hours. Trump suffers blow as term falls apart. Okay. Trump FAA plan backfires and screws us all. How to fight back against MAGA infiltration. Trump's inner circle explodes on Elon Musk in public. Trump pardoned convict gets rude awakening. Trump blindsided by surprise lawsuit from ally. Yikes, Trump insults himself in front of the world on live TV. French president cuts off Trump during humiliating presser. Trump voters rise up against him after betrayal. Trump has morning tantrum as presidency slips away fast. There's a reason why I'm still going. Just sit tight for a second. Democrat governor destroys Trump in major speech. Trump gets smothered by town hall backlash. Okay, now I stopped there for a reason. Okay, the reason I read you all of those, is those have all been posted in the last 24 hours. All of those have been posted in the last 24 hours. Okay? And the view counts. This is in one day. Like these haven't even been out for very long. 742,000 views, 934,000 views, 671,000 views, 452,000 views, 845,000 views, 425,000 views, 381,000 views, 207, 350, 28. Okay, apparently they don't care about how to fight back against MAGA infiltration. 82,000, 371,000, 168,000, 158,000. Like this is insane. No one does views like this. No one does views like this. Okay, no one.
Unless it's paid for.
This doesn't even make sense. Okay, so I'm just gonna say there's something very fishy going on with this Midas Touch channel. Okay, I don't know what it is exactly yet, but this makes no sense. Okay, this makes absolutely no sense. And we're going to look at, believe me, we're going to look at their content, and you guys can watch with me, but let's just read this real quick, okay? Joe Rogan has been dominating the world of podcasts for years, but now a left-leaning news podcast, left-leaning, has finally dethroned him. Okay, the Midas Touch podcast is a show that is frequently critical of President Trump, knocked the Joe Rogan Experience from its #1 spot, according to Newsweek. The number of people downloading Rogan's podcast decreased by 32% for the previous month, and the show being played 48.6 million times. Conservative podcast, yada, yada, yada. Midas Touch is a left-leaning political show that combines brotherly love, comedy, news coverage, and deep discussions about supporting our democracy, and is the go-to destination for top political leaders who... What the heck just happened? Top political leaders who view the podcast as a pivotal stop for their interviews. Okay, that seems like a good time to kind of switch over there. But the Midas Touch was founded by brothers Ben, Brett, and Jordy Macelis, part of the Midas Touch media network that started as a liberal political action committee in 2020. Wait, what?
Alright guys, if you want to see his whole video, it's 27 minutes long. He goes through it and he has his own take on it. I don't know if he mentions that it might be, a disinformation campaign, because a lot of this stuff is lies. Let's go over here and look at this. Let's look at Midas's channel. Here's Midas Touch. We're gonna load it up and just somebody look into this. Somebody with more skills than me at the moment. And if you're an average citizen, you're sitting around and you got spare time, make a video, show some people some of this stuff, because, like, is this where we're heading? Alright, let's see. Midas Touch. Let's look at his videos. 57 minutes ago, 17,000, 19,000, 2 hours ago. I mean, that's not too... So there's 3 hours ago, 62,000, 60,000, 4 hours ago. How are they uploading all these videos? It's a 3-man team. It's got some bigger funding somewhere. I mean, now they're trying to take away podcasting. So more people stand up, more people spread this message, more people let people know about this guy. This guy is such a liar. He twists the words of everything he does. It's making me sick. My cord's a little messed up. Okay, there we go. But yeah, he twists the words of everything. And these people on TikTok getting away with threats to the president. If anybody, is on Twitter and talks to Elon or whatever, please let them know this is a thing. We need to find these people and arrest them, or they're gonna get themselves hurt, because they're gonna act all wild, thinking they're gonna burn down a city. They're gonna come to an area like mine, and people around here aren't gonna put up with that. We're not. Yeah, what would you do? But anyway, yeah. Look at all this. It's ridiculous. Somebody look into that. See where they're able to. They gotta upload like 100 videos a day. It's crazy. But I just wanted to spread this message. I just wanted to get this out here. Quality or not quality, we all need to do it. And ain't nobody fucking crazier than me, at least around here that I know, and I don't give a shit if I'm liked or hate. But, you know, I do want to get to 50 subs so I can go live and get out in the real world and ask people what they think in the real world so I can spread that message. And if you guys want to see videos where we go out and we talk to the actual people in cities, you know, subscribe down below and things will get better. And as I progress, you know, and I might get some help, somebody might, you know, if you could contribute in any way. But we'll go out there. I ain't afraid to ask people. Let's ask some people. But like I said, hit that like button. Gotta say it. Subscribe. Gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? Because these